Hello? 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 I, can you hear me, Simone? Yeah, you're real low. Yeah.
Okay, so I was saying that Tanya, I remember Tanya did because she would always say she was my cousin.
Well, your voice is real
But
low still.
so I remember Tanya because she would always say she was my cousin.
Yeah.
And oh, just go back to that.
Okay.
So yeah, Kenya.
Yes.
So Tanya Diggins was her mama name was Gloria Diggins, and they were from kids to Jackie Robinson. Jackie Robinson was Jackie Robinson was a lady who stay right there. I remember the street now. It was Utah or College, Utah Street or College Street, or maybe both of them.
Okay.
But they all stayed around there in a house. And I remember Daddy would always go around there. Not Daddy. Uncle Mike would always be, but I don't know if that was his wife, maybe, or something like that.
Oh, no, always... Jackie, remember Jackie was his wife.
Okay, well, I know he would always go around. Okay.
Yeah, Jackie Robinson was his wife after he divorced. After no, did he Mary Alice?
Before he had Mary Alice.
Before Mary Alice.
At the same time, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. But so Jackie was his wife.
Yeah.
And so Tanya was her.
No, Tanya and Gloria, I think Gloria was some kin to Jackie, maybe her sister or something like that. But her name was Gloria Diggins, and she was an assistant basketball coach in Coleman High. Mm-hmm. So, and her daughter's name was Tanya Diggins, and me and her, we played basketball together, and she would always tell me that Tanya was my cousin, and she was my aunt.
Wait, Gloria. Wait. Gloria would say that she was your aunt, but she was Jackie's sister.
Yeah, so I don't know if maybe that was Jackie's sister or what.
But if she's Jackie's sister, then she's no relation to us.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm seeing that now. But my mom used to always say, well, no, she ain't your cousin. I said, well, she said she my cousin. Mama was like, she ain't your cousin. You know, and like that. It's a wacky baby. But, but they would always say that they were my cousin and aunt. So, I mean, she would always make sure I was good in the school. She made sure I was okay. Make sure I had what I needed to have, stuff like that. So I thought she was some kin of for real.
Okay, so I'm gonna talk to you know who would know. You said, on Utah Street. That's where when KK left Grandmama's house, she went to a house on Utah Street.
So that was back in them.
Yeah, I think that was it. No, I think Utah Street. That's the house where her mom's family was, Ruth. Her mom's family was Ruth, but Jackie was the next wife, and Jackie was the mother of Little Mike.
Oh, okay.
Pookie's son with Jackie. But okay. Yeah, she can't be our relation unless there's something else going on. But Jackie, because I know Jackie was the one that he married after Ruth died.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, but maybe she considered us cousins anyway, but it's still worth investigating. She might know some other information.
Yeah, they might know something because Greenville is small. And I remember Uncle Lee when I was in before Uncle Lee died, I was sitting in the kitchen in Daddy's house and I was asking her about the people's names. And who was his sisters and brothers, and she told me it was a Henrietta Robinson, a Henry Robinson.
Yeah, Henrietta Robinson sounds familiar. I've heard that name before.
Yeah, she told me those names, and she said those were his sisters and brothers.
Henrietta Robinson?
Yeah, Henry Robinson, and she said they lived on the south end of Greenville.
So that's why every time I would walk down the street, once in a while somebody would come up to me and say, "Hey, I'm your cousin." They would look like me.
Yeah, she told me that that's where they were, and those were people over on that end. And I remember those two names specifically, Henry and Henrietta. I don't know if they were twins or what, but I remember those two names specifically, Henry and Henrietta. So
look at this. I'm getting irritated now because we have family right there in the city with us.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I told you when I was going to Carol Stern, it's this boy named Marcus Robinson. I can't even find him no more. He just like us. He was dark skinned and had a round face. His name was Marcus Robinson. And he said hey, mom, your cousin. I was like, cousin. He was like, yeah. He said, come on, sweet. We left school one day. Went to his house right there on the corner, Eureka and McAllister.
I know what that is.
Went to his house. It was a white house they had. I went in, and the mama talked to me for a long time. I said, girl, yeah, I'm your cousin. I'm your cousin. You can stop by here anytime you want, anytime. And tell Beverly, I said, hey. And I was like, okay. So I told them. The lady said, hey, and all this and that. And mom didn't really say nothing about it. You know, whatever. But I was stop by Marcus' house all the time, so we became close in school. But you know, after the COVID, we lost track of each other, and then you know that was it. After Kara Thurman, we lost track of each other.
Elementary and junior high. How did he know? How did he know y'all were cousins?
Man, I think because I'm supposed to see us walking down the street, and I think people around there knew us, but for some reason we didn't know nobody because I don't know what the fuck happened, but we didn't know nobody, but everybody knew us.
Yeah, that's true. What in the world?
Knew who the hell we were. Yep, and I always grew up thinking we didn't have no damn family, it was just us. I thought it was just us.
So we got all these people. We're just walking around knowing who we were, and we're just out there like minding our own business, isolated.
Yeah, like we didn't know no damn about it. I always felt like that's why I always took hold of other people, like as friends, because I felt like I'm like, we got no damn family. I just make these folks here, you know, just be close to them. Because I felt like, you know, I'm like, damn, everybody got families and shit but us.
What in the hell? What in the hell went on with Leon Robinson? So Henrietta Robinson and Henry Robinson lived in Greenville.
Yeah, that's what Uncle Lane said, on the south side of town.
So they would have been our uncles and aunts, right?
Yeah.
And then
it was like 5 of them. She said it was about 5 of them that were living over there, including Leon.
Leon was living over there too?
No, I'm saying I think before he moved to Detroit, that's where he was. You know, before whatever happened, that's where the side of town he came from.
So he had four. He had 4 brothers and sisters.
I don't know how many he had, but he had brothers and sisters, and I know Henry and Henrietta were one of the 2 of the names that Erpeline called.
Man, our grandmother, man, her and her secrets.
Yeah, but you know what though? If you go to her now and ask her, she might just tell you a damn story.
I tried to tell her something. I tried to you know, I went there 2 months ago, and I don't remember. I went to Mississippi a couple months ago, and she was having one of her lucid moments. And I just started asking her questions, and I don't know what it is. Every time you start, she'll talk very lucidly about everything else. I said, Grandmama, tell me about Leon. And all of a sudden, oh, yeah. She just gets this dense, blank look on her face. I'm like, come on.
But you know, I was like, you know what, Grandma, I think it's very sad that we have an uncle and family out here. We never been thinking about it. I think it's wrong for y'all to keep that from. I just tell her, she got Alzheimer's anyway.
I'm gonna tell her.
It's wrong that y'all sit around here and y'all kept this secret from us for so long. I'd be like, you know what, I've met so many people that were Leon's cousins. Now I'm reconnected with those folks. Why didn't you tell me about him? That's how I just see what you say then. Act like you know them. Act like you've already met them and they're wonderful people. And how come y'all kept the secret for so long?
I am. I'm gonna do the same thing to Buddy too.
Yeah.
Cause Buddy knows a lot, and I don't understand for the life of me why he always just acts like he doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah, Mom and Dad now. I'm look at my dad. Grandma got all the time. What the hell going on? Why the hell can't we know what the hell going on outside of town? We don't know anybody. Y'all know y'all side of the family. Y'all know we're the only ones in this family who don't know who the fuck we are, who our people are. We around here claiming motherfuckers who ain't about to be. Yeah, cuz we ain't not goddamn cuz.
Who? That Speedy, you're right. I thought Speedy was our cousin for the longest time until I realized he was by marriage.
See, I always knew that. I always told, I said, he ain't our cousin. I said, I ain't going to that, he ain't our cousin. I was a little girl thing, because I said to myself, that's the Mexican folks.
Right.
I knew enough back then that her people weren't our people.
Right.
So she would always say, my grandma and my mama and my niece, and I knew granddaddy was Uncle Buddy, so I was like, yeah, we did, he ain't our cousin. And the Fowlers and all them folks. I said, well, them ain't our damn cousins, so I don't care about the people. Because they weren't our people, so I didn't care.
Golly. So all these years, so I don't know if you remember, you may have been too young. I was 15. You may have been like 6, but you were pretty alert then. Remember when Mommy's daddy died, when Leon died, I walked into the kitchen one day and she had a obituary in her hand, and everybody was standing around talking about it. Mommy was crying, and in the obituary, she and Pookie were not mentioned.
I don't remember that.
You probably were outside playing or something.
Yeah.
But they weren't mentioned in the obituary, and I'm reading it, and I read all these people. When I go to Mississippi, I'm hoping the obituary is still in the cabinet where they put it. She used to keep stuff in the same place for years.
Yeah, and that whole room back there is full of stuff in that front den room.
Mm-hmm.
Pictures and all kinds of stuff in that room.
I'm going to go look for that obituary. I'm also going to look up all these Dawn Robinsons and find out, because they probably know the whole crew over there in Detroit.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you remember, one summer they had a reunion. They had a reunion in Strange Park. And I was outside on my porch, and one of those boys walked over to me. And it was a dark, again, the boy looked like Ricky. Dark complexion, round face, had our cheeks and stuff, and our eye shape, everything. He walked up to me and said, "Hey, cuz, we're having a family reunion over here. You want to come over here and join us, get to know your family?" And I was just in shock because I didn't know who he was. He looked like me, but I had never. I'm like, "Oh, okay. I'll ask my mom." He said, "Okay," and he waited outside. I went inside, and she said, "You don't." And her exact words were, "You don't need to go over there with all those folks."
That mom was kind of resentful because she felt like she probably was told a lot, about whatever happened with Grandmama and that man. Because I heard that, I think Aunt Feline told me that Grandmama had went to Michigan. And Grandma told me, too, that she had went to Michigan, and that's where she got her LPN license.
Yeah.
Like, she became an LPN in Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
With that guy. So she moved there
with
him at one point, and she was living in Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, she came back home. I don't know what happened or why, how, or whatever went on, but she came back home.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it could be because he had another family there, or he cheated on her and got pregnant, got somebody pregnant, and she couldn't take it or whatever, but I don't know.
And see, the story that Aunt Pearline told me, well, this again, she says things in pieces, and you never know she's telling me, she was telling the truth, was that they were both here, Leon and Grandmama, and they had Pookie and Mommy. And he said, "I'm going to Detroit to get some work. There's more work out in Detroit. Come with me, but leave your kids here." Aunt Pearline said, "You can't leave. You can't leave Mike and Beverly here." And so he left. I don't know if they were married or not. I don't know if they got divorced. I'm assuming, yeah, I think the word was they got divorced, and that's how that went. But something doesn't sound right about that story.
Yeah, because I believe Grandma actually went there. She told me she got her LPN license in Detroit. That's what she got her school in there.
Yeah, she went there, but then they came back here. And he was, according to Aunt Pearline, they were working. He was working here, but then decided to go back to Detroit.
Okay.
We're just not gonna get all the information.
We're gonna get it's piecing together slowly but surely, but whatever we need is in Mississippi.
So okay.
He still has family there that didn't go with him. Like he has his extended family in Mississippi, like his brothers, sisters, and people like that are there in Mississippi that we just don't know because we didn't pay attention to the signs back then. We were too young. But those people are still there. Only he moved to Detroit. But his siblings and stuff stayed behind.
And our cousins.
Yeah. So they're still there. They're just somewhere around them. Nephews, cousins, nieces, uncles, somebody.
We got a whole host of family in Greenville, living right around us.
Yeah, so what we need is Mommy's birth certificate, Uncle Mike's birth certificate, find out who that man is, and his birth certificate. And then they'll tell everything.
So you don't think that they have the same father? Pookie and Mommy.
I think they did.
Okay.
You don't think they did?
Yeah, I do. I thought you said you wanted to see who.
Oh, no, I'm just saying, get that birth certificate. Just get either one of their birth
certificates.
Okay. Get that man's name off it. See, I get a building initial. That's going to help too. His age at the time, so we can get exact date of birth.
I think it's.
Help pin out.
I think it's Leon. I think it's Leon C. Robinson.
C. Okay.
I think that stands out in my mind. Um, I am going to reach out to these Robinsons in Greenville. I bet you everybody who's named Robinson is related to us.
Yeah, some kind of way.
Now, I don't understand why Mommy didn't want to go to that. Why she did not want me to go to that family reunion.
I think Mama was probably feeling rejected. Maybe somebody told, maybe she was told a fucked up story. That he didn't want you no more and this and that. You know, anything, because when it probably really wasn't that, it probably was a lie. They probably told lie like he left them when the reality was something else. So I'm telling what could have happened. I heard Mama was a little old back in the day.
Who told you that?
I'm trying to figure out who told me Mama was real fast ass in her day. I can't. I gotta think back on who said it. But they could have something to do with it, you know?
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Something you said sparked my memory. Oh, the memory came and left. About oh, I had a conversation with Mommy about when did I have this conversation with her? It must have been the year that she was dying. Because I was trying to get, family information. And I went to her house one of my telework days.
Hold on.
Oh. Okay. All right. So while my sister is walking to the car, I'm going to keep on going because I don't want to stop this videotape. We're piecing a lot of information together now, and I'm just dumbfounded that the majority of the people that we need to speak to are in our hometown, and they've been living around us all this time, and the mystery is great. But I'm going to Mississippi in 3 days, and I'm going to talk to my grandmother, Alzheimer's or not, and I'm going to talk to my uncle, my last surviving uncle, and I'm going to find some of those Robinsons, and we need to have a conversation and reconnect with these people. I cannot believe this. So it's interesting. It's interesting. This goes back to a previous video that I made about people not wanting to have open conversations. So I made a video about, I have an HIV series that I started talking about HIV parts 1, 2, and 3. If you haven't seen it yet, go over there and see it and listen to it. I'm going to have even better information and content on that because I'm doing some research now and talking to people for the next set of videos. But, and those videos aren't doing well because people don't want to talk about it. But I hope people do go over there and just listen to the content. I think it's some good stuff. But, in that video series, I talk about the fact that HIV is so stigmatized because it has such a stigma attached to it that we don't have open conversations. And if we did have open conversations, we would have less transmission of the disease. People could talk openly about it to their partners. People could make informed decisions about who they're having sex with, who they're marrying, all those things. We don't talk about it, and so the disease continues to spread. With new infections every day, every year. I think I remember reading like 50,000. Okay, one moment. Hey, Simone. Simone.
Yeah.
Okay, give me 1 minute.
Okay.
So, secrets. We don't have open conversations. So my sister just said that we have all of these people who lived around us over the years who knew who we were, and just walked up to us and said, "Hey, cousin, hey, I'm related to you." And we didn't know who they were, and we weren't encouraged to get to know them. And so that dysfunction of not communicating and not being open was passed down to us. This is amazing. Okay, Simone. Okay, so what were you saying?
I know you said somebody, you said you were talking to mommy or something one day about.
Yes, she said that when she was 18 years old, she got a chance to meet her father.
Oh, really?
For the first time since he left. So I think he left when she was 4, I think, and Pookie was 6 or 7.
Yeah.
And hold on a minute, the heat just came on. It is burning up. Hold on a minute, okay? Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
She said that it was an arranged meeting between her and her father. And I said, "How did you feel?" And she said that she was just, can you hear me still?
Yeah.
She said she was just very nervous and didn't know how to feel because she hadn't seen him since she was 4 and didn't really remember him, you know.
Yeah.
But that he was standing across the street. They were on Alexander Street.
Yeah.
And so they were he was standing across the street. She was standing on one side of the street with grandmama. And then she walked across the street and was given the chance to talk to him for about 5 minutes. So apparently he requested to see her.
Yeah.
And she said she just looked at him. And I said, "What was grandma doing?" And she said that grandmama was just standing and looking and kind of fidgeting with her purse and being real nervous. And then she said these words. She's like, she was real nervous as if she were afraid of what they were going to talk about. And then, I said, "What did he say to you?" And he said, "Wow, you look just like me." He said, "You're beautiful. And I'm your daddy." And I think she said she just kind of looked at him a little bit and kind of nodded her head. And he was getting ready to say some more, but Grandma walked across the street and dragged her away.
That's crazy, and that's why I don't believe that whatever that story that they keep putting out about he left. I don't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe that because I heard something else happen. I don't know what, but I don't believe that he just left like that. I believe it's something else happened.
Yeah.
He probably been wanting to see Mama and Uncle Mike, but he just couldn't because the mama was keeping all these fucking lies and secrets. He had married Granddad. I think they said Granddad he got pregnant by Granddad. He was cheating. So I don't know. I can't remember who told me or where I got that from. It could have been Aunt Pauline. It could have been something I overheard, but it's something I heard it just didn't make sense. Because she was in Detroit with him.
You mean when they had the children?
I think she was in Detroit with him. I don't think he told her to leave the kids like that. I really don't believe it. I don't believe he told her to leave them kids. Because if he did, why would he want to meet her again all of a sudden?
Right.
I don't know.
We will find out because I'm going to go talk to those. I'm going to go talk to those Robinsons.
Yeah, and
that's
it. Think about it. It's like she kept him away. Probably kept me on with because she was married to Granddaddy now, and she didn't want to mess up that or whatever they had going on. But it still was wrong to keep that man out of their life, even though Granddaddy was raising him and treating him like his own. Mm-hmm. It's not her father. It's not our Granddaddy. I love Granddaddy, and I appreciate him for what he did. He had like he was our good Granddaddy.
Yeah, he did.
But I always knew that he wasn't. Because that's what I always say. So I mean.
What would she say?
I learned that, Granddaddy, that's my granddaddy, that's my dog, or some shit she would say like this. Something in reference to that being her granddaddy.
Oh, Lord.
And even Mama had told me one time granddaddy wasn't, I think I was a little older though to realize that he wasn't our real daddy. It was Pookie that was Buddy's daddy.
Yeah.
know, I think it came around the time when I was in Carrie Summer and the Fowler people came up, and I was like, who are these Fowler people that's claiming to be granddaddy people? That's when I learned that granddaddy had a brother that was, and those were his kids, and I'm like, well, are they our cousins? I'm like, no, not really our cousins, because granddaddy, I said, okay, now it started to make sense. So that's when I started to realize that those weren't our cousins. So.
Yeah.
So I never really took hold to them.
I get you. Okay,
and
so
they never really, took hold to us like that. So I'm okay, well,
yeah, that makes sense. I know that every time Granddaddy treated us like we were his own blood. He would. I don't know if you remember. He would take us around to their houses, like Earl and Junior. But they all had that kind of reddish color tone, lightish tone, hazel eyes, and I always felt like, man, I don't fit in with none of these folks. And then and then we were told later that they're not our relatives, and it made sense. But we didn't have any of the phenotype. We didn't look like them at all. And but he claimed us as his own, and he made sure everybody treated us like we were his grandchildren.
Yeah, he did. And I remember, I even remember one time when we came down to Mississippi to visit. We went to Salons to eat, and Granddaddy and Earl and all of them, they met us, and they was like, y'all come meet us at Salons. Me, Mommy, and Ricky, we all went to Salons and ate, and right down Highway 82.
Yeah.
And they treated us like we were their own. They was money. They taught us how we were doing and stuff. Like, so I always knew that they were genuine people.
Yeah.
So I never just counted them as as family. But I just knew that they weren't, our real family like that.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna get some answers. This is Thanksgiving holiday. Everybody gonna be home.
Yep.
And I'm gonna go to the internet, and I'm also gonna just I'm gonna type in Robinsons in Greenville, Mississippi, and I'm gonna talk to Buddy and see what he'll tell me, and take it from there.
Yep.
And I'm gonna get the real story. Because she stayed away from everybody. She stayed away from all of them. And now when you think about it, it's almost impossible to stay away from all those people, considering how small the city is.
Yeah, kept secluded, kept everybody secluded, kept us secluded. Kept Mama secluded. This man sitting here want to meet his daughter. He can't even get a decent conversation with his daughter. I can see my mama doing that too.
Yeah, she pulled him away. Oh God. Uh-oh. I'm gonna talk to her. I'm gonna talk to her. I'm gonna talk to her, and she might zone out on me again. But I also believe this may not be related to anything. This would just be my own opinion. But I think a lot of the stuff that we do as young people that we don't process and register and get atonement for, that can eat away at our spirits.
Yeah. Yeah, it can.
It affects decisions that you make later on in life. It affects how you feel. It gives you lots of regrets. And I'm not saying it causes Alzheimer's, but she is having a whole lot of interesting memories and flash.
Resurfacing back up, and a lot of stuff coming back up.
Mm-hmm.
Like Buddy said, he had this thing one day where he said all of a sudden she started hollering for Beverly and Spooky one day. And having these outbursts and all this crazy stuff. And said he saw her, but their mom, they gone. No, they not gone. And all this and that. So, John got long term. Let me tell you something about Alzheimer's. Long term memory never goes. It's always there. So when she gets like that, it's because she knows what's going on and she don't want to talk about it. It's not because she gets her little spurt of Alzheimer's. That's selective memory right there.
Mm-hmm.
When she gets to the point where she don't want to talk about it, or she acts like she don't know what's going on, because that's real documented. That long-term memory, remote memory, it's always there. They always know everything that goes on. It's not until it gets into those late stages where they're senile and bedridden and When they can't recall nothing.
Okay.
Because I remember one day she was sitting there talking to me and Red one day about what happened when she was a child, not a child, about 18, 19 years old, working somewhere, and she was saying that the white men would be trying to have sex with them. And she said that she would have her knife with her, ready to do whatever she had to do to protect herself. So grandma got me. I said she has memory.
When did grandma tell you all that story?
She was about 3 years ago. She came down. Whenever it was, she came down. And Daddy had us watching her. Everybody took a chance to watch her.
Oh yeah, we all took our turns. We all took turns having her at our house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's one of the times I was asking her about, childhood, what's going on, trying to get to that point about what happened with mom when they were little and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was asking her about the old days. And she kept bringing up this stuff about what happened with her and, when she was a child and all that. And different stuff like that.
So she actually remembered when she was 19 years old, the white men at her job were trying to have sex with her.
Yeah, well, not like 15. When she was a teenager, she had a white man back then. White men would always try to basically rape the girl. You know how they did it, slavery shit. And they had that kind of entitled mentality. They can have sex when they want to have sex with.
Yeah.
Different jobs and stuff in different places.
Yeah.
And she said it would be times where they would try to do that to her. And she said she would always be prepared, with her knife or whatever thing. She would say to herself she's going to cut it off and, and stuff like that.
Man, she had a fascinating life.
Yeah.
I wish she had shared more of that stuff with us when she had her right mind.
Yeah. But she was too good, though. She was just too good. Grandma always had that too goody, and that's what Amy gets it from. It's too good to be imperfect.
It would be so nice to have known those stories, Simone.
Yeah. Like Grandpa Lee told me about a time when she had she was in she was a little girl working in a steam press somewhere. She was working in a steam room doing dry cleaning.
Yeah.
And she said something about a white man said something to her, something, and she wasn't supposed to say anything. And that's how her eye got messed up because that white man hit her in the eye with whatever it was that he had, stabbed her or something. But she wasn't ever able to get it, corrected appropriately. That's why it always looked like how it looked. She had that eye that looked kind of opaque, like.
Yeah.
He said, and it was kind of like that. She always had blinders in that eye from that when that white man did it to her in that steam room. She said he's working in the steam room, in the dry cleaning room.
I never knew that. She never told me that story.
Yeah.
When did she tell you that story?
That was when she was in Daddy's house in Mississippi. She might go over all the time and give her a man and stuff in the morning, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And she would talk about Granville and just different things about when she was growing up. Because there's a time when I would be asking her about Leon, mom and daddy. And that was one of the times when she told me about the Henrietta and Henry people and all that stuff. And how she got grandmama was because her mother died. And, so she had grandma ever since she was like 6 or 7.
And what happened to grandma? And that's what I want to ask again. What ever happened to grandmama's father, Mr. Johnson?
I don't know. That's what I want to know. All I know his last name was Johnson. Do you know his first name?
I want to say Al. I thought she said Al. Alfred. Oh, really? Alfred. It's either Alfred or Albert. It's Alfred Johnson.
Hold on, okay. Hold on.
Go ahead. Maybe it's Albert Johnson. Piecing this stuff together. Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's either Alfred or Albert Johnson.
Okay.
So if Aunt Pearline took care of grandmama when she was 6 or 7, I knew it was when she was a baby or young, like a child. Her mom died of, I think it's ovarian cancer.
Yeah.
So that goes to prove again that either she was a widow at a young age or she never got married.
Who?
Her Lily Royster.
Yeah, I think she probably never got married.
Yeah.
You know, but maybe she just, whoever's got what she had, you know, sex with, maybe she had become sick soon after or a while after. Or I don't know. You know, whatever's going on. Maybe she wasn't supposed to. Because on that, you know what? It had because she was 20. Okay, so this makes sense right here. She was 20 on that thing, on that census. They said that Lily was 20 years old.
With a child?
Yeah, with a child that was 5 years old, which was her grandma.
Wow.
So they had to have had her when she was 15.
Yeah. I mean, she conceived her when she was 14.
Yeah. So that means something happened there, but maybe it was that it had sex, or it could have been when she got raped or something. Who knows? But no, it couldn't be that because they knew who she was. But you know, back then it was done upon to have sex outside of wedlock and at an early age like that.
So she died at the age of 20?
I think maybe 21, 22 because our police said she took her when she was like 6 or 7. She raised grandma with Maureen. That's how come her and Maureen were so close.
Yeah.
Because they raised them together. Maureen was like 2 or 3 years younger than our grandma.
I did not realize that Lily Royster had grandmama when she was 14 or 15.
Yeah, because I saw in that birth certificate where it said at that time of their census, Lily was 20 and grandmama was 5. I can't be thinking it right because I know that's what I saw.
That is something else.
So that's what it is. That's what I'm thinking.
We got a lot of Johnsons in Greenville. I got to look up that line of the family tree too.
Yeah. It's gonna probably be hard trying to find that though. That's gonna be.
Yeah, but we know his name.
Yeah.
And that's gonna come up if we do. You didn't when you did Ancestry.com. You didn't go up that tree, did you?
No, because you know now they got it where you have to actually they make it where you have to pay for it.
Okay, I'm gonna pay for it. Free. Yeah, I remember. I'm gonna pay for it because I wanna. It's Alfred or Alfred, and we need to know how many of the children he had. Look, okay. They would be the age of my grandmother. They would have children.
1 second.
That would be our. Those would be our great uncles and aunts.
Oh, okay. So at the time of that census, Lily was 25 and grandma was 7. So she had her when she was 18.
Lily was 25.
And grandma was 7.
Grandma was 7. So she had her around 18. That's still young.
Yeah, yeah.
But there was still no mention of her being married.
Nope. It wasn't. That guy wasn't in the household. So maybe, they only did census by household. So maybe they weren't living together. You know, and I don't even believe grandma even during that period because she never mentioned it. Her family never mentioned it that dude.
She mentioned him to me once. That's how I knew the name. I think grandma told me his name too. I think she said Alfred. I'll figure it out. I know it's A. I know it's an A. But she mentioned to me that there was a father, but that's all. And they don't talk about what happened. They're always hiding stuff.
Because that's it's a generation where, you know, if it's not a perfect married life, then you're looked at as if you get nothing. Back then they want you to be married and all those things.
I said, this is why this is dangerous. What if we had dated somebody?
Exactly. We probably have.
What if we dated and had sex and babies with somebody who was a Robinson or a Johnson, even if we didn't even know their name, even if their name wasn't obviously Johnson or Robinson? What if we had those same chromosomes?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Godly. And that's why I think a lot of children in these small towns do come out with birth defects and some mental retardation. I think the gene pool gets thin. and you don't know who you are copulating with.
Yeah.
And children come out with some weird problems and issues.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's because you are related to that person. You are a cousin some kind of way with that person.
Yeah. Deep blood, very, very deep, closely connected bloodline. And there you are. Instinct.
I am so glad we left.
Yeah.
Okay. I gotta make some phone calls. I'm gonna call you back.
Okay.
And I'm gonna give you an update on some things. I'm gonna talk to Buddy too.
Okay.
All right. Bye.